Hi, welcome to Seattle Real Estate Chat. My name's Jim Reppond. I'm a real estate broker at Coldwell Banker Danforth, and I'm joined today with my co-host, Rhonda Porter. Rhonda, would you like to introduce yourself?
Thanks, Jim. I'm Rhonda Porter, and I'm a licensed loan officer with Mortgage Master Service Corporation and the author of the blog, The Mortgage Porter.
Today, we're going to be going over the Super Bowl ads. Super Bowl 50 was just a couple of days ago, and there were a number of real estate and mortgage related ads. So we thought we'd talk about those today and just kind of give them a quick critique. There's really, I think this is the first year we've seen so many of those kinds of ads. We're typically what you're going to see is beer commercials and car commercials and that kind of thing. And when there were some of the obviously those kind of things as well, but this is kind of the pinnacle of advertising. I mean, at least based on cost to do ads on this in this environment is really for a rarefied few companies that can afford it. So we saw some of that. So I'm going to start with one that was done by Realtor.com. They've gotten very assertive in their marketing recently, trying to get more people to look at their site as the portal to go to for real estate listing information. So I'm going to load this in. Hopefully, everybody will be able to see it okay, and if not, I'll make sure it gets injected and edited in after the show. But hopefully, everybody will see it now. I'm going to play it now.
Some people don't like the accurate real-time real estate info on the Realtor.com app. Some people also don't like sunshine, 3-day weekends, or puppies. Realtor.com, real estate in real time.
Okay, so yeah, that one was a short one, a 15-second one. But again, it kind of cute and sweet, to the point. And I guess they're going for the pro puppy market, right, Rhonda?
And people that like sunshine.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and then being in Seattle, we have to take issue with that. There's a lot to be said for days that don't have sunshine,
Yes,
right?
that's right. That's right.
So I again though I think what they really want to emphasize is that they have real-time listings and they want that's sort of a given that everybody would like that, and it's quick, easy, fun, light, nothing that shocks anybody there. So next one I'm going to go on to is one that was done in conjunction with Quicken and Rocket Mortgage. And this one is a minute long, and I'm going to play it now.
Here's what we were thinking. What if we did for mortgages what the internet did for buying music and plane tickets and shoes? You would turn an intimidating process into an easy one. You could get a mortgage on your phone. And if it could be that easy, wouldn't more people buy homes? And wouldn't those buyers need to fill their homes with lamps and blenders and sectional couches with hand-lathed wooden legs? And wouldn't that mean all sorts of wooden leg-making opportunities for wooden leg makers? And wouldn't those new leg makers own phones from which they could quickly and easily secure mortgages of their own, further stoking demand for necessary household goods as our tidal wave of ownership floods the country with new homeowners who now must own other things? And isn't that the power of America itself? Now shrunk to fit the hands of a child, or more helpfully, a home-buying adult. Anyway, that's what we were thinking.
Okay, so this one being mortgage, I'm going to toss it to you, Rhonda. Your thoughts on this ad?
Well, I actually got to see a slight preview of Rocket Mortgage from Quicken when I was at the Independent Mortgage Bakers Conference at Nashville in December, and there was a joke to the crowd. The CEO was there when he was releasing it, and about like how the rest of us have a bottle rocket mortgage. But anyhow, it's an interesting ad, and where everything seems so automated and on your phone. And with this program, I think that it's something that might work for the cream of the crop type borrower. However, what they're not going to have, I believe, is that local lender who's licensed and probably has a lot of experience and stuff too. So it's interesting. It's still very new, and we need to see how it plays out. It's a great concept.
So first of all, I'm fascinated. Did you say mortgage bakers conference or bankers?
Bankers.
Oh, okay. Because I thought you said bakers, and I thought that's really interesting that a bunch of mortgage people get together to bake and have a conference about it.
No, no,
Bankers.
bakers, sorry.
Yeah. No, 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 that's fine. That's fine. I just had a visual with my going over
Yeah,
that. So yeah, no, I agree with you. They of course are making it sound like it's press a button, that's simple. But we both know from experience, you doing it hands on, and me interfacing with you or any mortgage broker that I deal with, that all kinds of bumps happen in the process, and you need someone who can find out, uh, get the information, get it to the right people, get the right signatures in the right places, all kinds of things that are not, privy to a one press on an iPhone app. It just doesn't work that way. So,
right,
um,
right.
what I did think was interesting about this ad was that they are going for the kind of um, we want to help the national economy
Yeah,
kind of pretext. They're talking about how when people purchase homes, they build furniture, and there's all these appliances that people then need to buy, and there's all of these industries that are incentivized and grow because of this, is true no matter where you get your mortgage, and
right,
is something that we've been driving home in the housing industry for years, is that the housing market is a key cornerstone of your whole economy. So once you've got a healthy housing economy, you got a healthy economy. It just goes synonymously hand in hand. um, it's interesting that they're playing it from that angle, especially in a political year. I think that that they've probably done some market research that appeals to people, and I'm kind of glad it does. I like the idea that people are seeing the full picture of how important this is for our economy,
hmm
for everything.
It was a
Anyway,
clever ad.
it was clever. It was
Yeah.
clever. Okay, so I'm going to go back to Realtor.com. This one was called All Things Real Estate. I think it played pre-game. I think you mentioned it. You didn't see this ad. I think I saw it, but it was in the preamble in the first 15 or 20 minutes before the game. But anyway, here it goes.
Realtor.com presents real estate in real time. Bang! Oh, what's this? It's the Realtor.com app. It's like a real-time real estate secret weapon. Realtor.com is the home for all things real estate. It's got listings updated every 15 minutes, insanely comprehensive market data, expert real estate news and advice, and the ability to show you exactly what your neighbors paid for their house. Oh, hey neighbors! They used a secret weapon, and now they're living the dream in a really nice house. It's so cute.
So again, another cutesy ad.
hmm
Insane. What they say? Insanely great comprehensive data. I may have paraphrased that wrong or gotten it not quite right, but it is interesting now that a lot of the data that used to be only available through your real estate broker or maybe your mortgage broker or the title company, you can get on your iPhone or Android, and it is integrated in with your searches.
hmm
So there are a number of great apps that do that now, and the data is becoming much more ubiquitous, just interconnected. Once you click on the house, you can get the mortgage information. You can find out how much they paid for it. You can find out how much they still owe on the loan. You can find out, the date it was built, the annual taxes, just a whole host of information that I don't know how valuable it is, but more data is always better than less data,
Right.
information. But that's what they're clearly trying to appeal to.
Yeah, it's a smart ad.
Yeah, and I think in today's market, that's the sort of the expectation that nowadays there are a number of companies and places where you can get that. So at Realtor.com, that's available there too. They've really stepped up their game because that wasn't the case just a few years ago. Okay, we're going to go back to another. This one is a actually rental one. This is Apartments.com. Had Jeff Goldblum in it. And I got to tell you, I've been a fan of his for years. I remember when he did The Fly, and
hmm
and even before that, he was one of my favorite actors. He's just has such a diverse range of skills. I had no idea he could sing, and he's got a great voice. So I'm hoping that we see that in more of his stuff in the future. He's been around for a while, but he's going to continue to be around for a while. He's a really healthy looking guy. even though he's been in the business for years and years. I suspect we'll see him for many years to come. Anyway, check out his voice in this. It's really amazing.
Yep.
Wow, looks like we're moving on up to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. We're moving on up to the east side. We're finally getting up real high. You and the bird, we got a real good view. Jeez Louise, you ever see so many shoes? We're still moving on up to the... Wait a minute, is that George and Wheezy?
Who else would it be?
And what are you cooking there, Wheeze?
Just plain boiling some burgers.
And grilling some beans, my good man.
Did you say beans?
Beans don't burn on the grill.
And don't forget about my signature apple pie.
We finally got a piece of the pie.
Change your apartment, change the world.
Okay, that was a full minute ad. Wow, all I can say. That was really well produced.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts?
Oh, I agree. I agree. I mean, there's no reason you can't not like that commercial. It's a toe tapper.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. And I think, again, very wise demographic move here because rentals are really where it's at now for a lot of the millennial market. And we see in downtown Seattle that there are, I don't know, 10 to 1 rentals to condo sales. And we're talking in the luxury market. There's a 1,000 square foot condo is going to run you between 700 and $1.5 million. I mean, the range is kind of in that area. And rentals are going to be 3,000 to 6,000 a month for those types of units. And there's many more. I mean, substantially more apartments being built than condos at this stage. So that changes. The other part of that consumers should realize is very expungible is a term they like to use a lot in the oil industry. And it doesn't matter whether your oil is produced in Canada or Iran or Saudi Arabia or Venezuela. When on the open market, it's just price per barrel. And there are grades of oil, but they're all based on the quantity and the market supply. That's true in a local market for condos and apartments in terms of how the developers decide which way they're going to go. The construction standards for code regulation for an apartment are almost the same as they are for condos. And so for them to switch at the last minute at the date that they're completing from being in an apartment building to say, you know what, we're just going to put in a change to make this a condominium. It's not going to take them more than 2 or 3 months probably to make that changeover. And then all of the title stuff has to be done, but it's not significant. So that allows them to wait till they get the properties literally almost completed before they gauge the market and say, well, there's a shortage of condos right now, so we'll make them condos, or well, there's a lot of condos right now, so we'll make it apartments. But the secondary market for apartment buildings is very strong in Seattle. There's a lot of international and national investments, so real estate investment trusts and other insurance pensions and things like that would like to lock up some properties in Seattle long term for just the rental potential. They'd be cash cows. So again, to make a long story short, I think it's demographically makes a lot of sense for places like apartments.com and to appeal to that millennial market who are very comfortable with doing everything by smartphone anyway.
mm-hmm. I agree.
Okay. So we're starting to run out of time, but we got a little bit more. I wanted to bring in a couple of ads that I thought were kind of edgy, if you will. These are not Super Bowl ads, but as you may know, out there in the real estate world, there's been a little bit of a scuffle between Zillow and Realtor.com about data and where they should be getting their data feeds from, and a little bit of lawsuits going back and forth. And so it reminds me a little bit of this political season. There's a lot of sharp elbows being thrown, and sometimes that gets reflected in the way they're doing their ads. So Realtor.com recently on their website and it's where they've got, let's see, if you go to realtor.com/welcome/listings, and I'll put it here in the show notes. They got a video here that it's kind of cute, but it's one of these ones that's satirical, a little bit on the dark side. It's called "What Happens When Zillow Doesn't Show Listings." So I'm going to play this real quick and see what people's thoughts are.
They're really good people, good family. Just an absolutely beautiful tutor.
4-bedroom, 3.5 baths. Big backyard, porch, modern kitchen.
Beautiful home.
This isn't the first one no one can see either. On the other side of the river, they've lost 10 this year. Where are they going? Why can't we see them? What's happening to these houses?
I'm not crazy, right? We heard there was a 4-bedroom craftsman in this neighborhood. Modern kitchen, the exact home we were looking for, but it's not on Zillow.
Just because it's not on Zillow, it's all of a sudden missing from the universe? I'm just pretty frightened.
It's like this unreachable black void.
Mommy, what's Zillow?
I don't want to hear you say that word.
Make it come back, Zillow.
Do I think Zillow's doing this on purpose? Not necessarily. Do I not think Zillow's doing this on purpose? Not necessarily.
I can't even look at it. That was sweet. Can you close it tighter? Thank you.
I'll just hold it closed.
That's it. That's it. I found it.
Okay, so there you go. Obviously, there is a tongue-in-cheek approach to all this, more like you would probably see on a late-night talk show. You know, this is the kind of thing I would expect to see on Colbert or Jimmy Kimmel or one of those late-night shows. But it's tongue-in-cheek, but it's really quite jabbing quite hard at Realtor.com is jabbing at Zillow that they don't have all the listings, that their listing data isn't accurate. And it's been an ongoing thing, and I don't want to get into the weeds too much for your average consumer, but let's just say that where Zillow is getting its syndicated feeds has been in dispute about, and so in this area, it's very true that you could look on Zillow and see a set of listing data, and then if you were to get data from your real estate broker like me, it's going to be different. There's going to be more listings, and some listings will not be there because they're sold and haven't been updated on Zillow. So Zillow does not have the most accurate recent data, and they're dependent on various syndicated feeds or the realtors putting them there themselves. They do not have a direct feed to the Northwest Multiple Listing Service at this time. So it is what it is. Once you get onto Zillow, if you find a property there, you may find more information about it, but the fact that it's not there doesn't mean it's not on the market. So I think that's one of those things that, I think it's important that at least people are aware of that Zillow come clean on the fact that they don't really have all of the listings. So
Right. Now, one thing that Zillow has, I believe, or maybe Realtor.com has this too, but does Realtor.com have FSBOs at all? Because Zillow, you have the opportunity to have a FSBO.
right, and it's one of the things that they've really they've kind of set up this whole. But first of all, the Zestimate thing is theirs and was new 10 years ago, but the sell your own home, or I forget the term
Make
for
me
it.
sell, I think.
Make me sell. That's
Yeah.
the term. Is a feature that sellers will go in and say, hey, I'll put out this hypothetical, and it's usually some fairly outrageous number. At least it seems that way to the seller. If someone's willing to pay me that much for it, I'll sell it. Sure, go ahead, it's yours. But there's not that many of those, and the numbers are typically above market value, and that's why the seller is throwing it out there.
Right, right.
That they also realize if they were really willing to sell it at market value, they'd have it listed and sold within a week. I mean, that's the way our market is right now. So it's interesting. I don't know how far this is going to go. There's some lawsuits pending. So both Zillow and Realtor.com are no comment on many issues relating to this, but it has to do with some executives that came from what was Move Inc., which is where Top Producer and Realtor.com or those are properties or sites that they own. Some executives coming over to Zillow and allegedly having trade secrets with them and all of that kind of stuff. So that's neither here nor there.
The drama.
The drama, exactly. So now this one I thought was interesting. Zillow is really going after a demographic here on this ad that they did with Ellen on the Ellen show, and I'll let you sort of decide what you think about it. But it's again kind of edgy. So here we go. Ellen for Zillow.
What was that? Oh, you know what that is? That's my alert from my Zillow app right here. And that's right, it looks like they found me at the perfect house right here, which reminds me it's time to do a live commercial for Zillow. Oh, if you love looking at houses, Zillow is the perfect app for you and my writer, Lauren. Zillow is an open house without leaving the comfort of your own home. When Lauren wants to use the app, she just grabs her iPhone or iPad. No, not that app, Lauren. Zillow. Zillow gives you a quick view of what's available in your area with maps or photos so you can quickly sift through your houses. Lauren wants something close to work and close to her favorite wine bar. When you see a home that you like, they have thousands of magazine quality photos that bring it to life. Lauren likes this one because it has a wine cellar. She can even use the Zestimate tool, which estimates the home's real value. So Lauren knows she's getting a great deal. And you know what makes this house even better? These are Lauren's future neighbors. Yeah. How do you like them cookies? Yeah, it's nice. All right. I want everyone here to try Zillow, but you need something great to use it on. You're all going to go home with a brand new Apple iPad Air. Special thank you to Zillow. Thanks to them, you could win $25,000 towards a down payment on a new home. Go to our website to enter.
Okay, so who wouldn't want to use Zillow if you could get a free iPad and potentially $25,000 towards the down payment on your home? I don't know. That might be like the $1 million sweepstakes that everybody tries to enter, but nobody receives ever win. But anyway, pretty catchy, huh?
Hey, that's my morning every morning right there.
As I suspected, you're their demographic. So yeah, I don't know. It was kind of catchy. I don't think this hit anything prime time. I think it was really stuck in the middle of Ellen. So probably good strategic marketing because it probably didn't cost them that much, even with the iPads, because if it was strategically marketed just in her show, it's not like putting it all over CBS or NBC or ABC or one of the other networks. So, it's probably, and they got Ellen to walk through the features. So people who had never used their app before, or maybe even just used it once, were probably, their eyes were going, oh, I didn't know it did that. And so that's going to bring them more people back. So, again, probably very smart advertising move. Anyway, that's it for today. We've covered Super Bowl ads and then some. but I thought it would be just fun to just kind of recap that. Lots of other cool ads on Super Bowl. I will send you a link that has these that we showed today. But I hope you got some interesting information and some humor out of this today. Thanks so much for joining us. Anything you want to add, Rhonda?
Oh, I'm just glad you didn't show Puppy Monkey Baby.
Oh, yeah, that was disturbing. Yeah. Yeah, leave that for you, anybody that's watching, to find it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all for today. Thanks so much for joining Seattle Real Estate Chat. You can always find us on Twitter, #SeattleREChat. We're on every couple of weeks, at least once a month, on Tuesday mornings at 10 o'clock. And you can find me at seattle-realestate.com. And Rhonda?
I'm at mortgageporter.com.
Okay. So again, thanks everybody for joining us today. We'll talk to you
Thank
soon.
you.
Bye
Bye-bye.
now.